Yo guys, Scream here. Today I wanna give you 3 big tips to help you out with your damage output on Havoc. Alright, so first one, the most basic essence break window. I have seen a lot of players still in their logs not execute their essence break windows properly. That means not getting the 2 blade dances with meta or 1 blade dance and at least 2 chaos strikes without meta. In your window, you should only be pressing Chaos Strike and Blade Dance, with the exception of meta, of course, when you have it ready. Your Blade Dance does not have to be the first global after Essence Break as well, if you don't have meta ready there. But the last slash of Blade Dance should always hit the Essence Break debuff. So make sure you get that last slash in the debuff window. You should most of the time be in demon form when using Essence Break. You can hold a little bit on using Essence Break if your I-beam is just about to come off GC or CD and you're not in demon form. Using Vengeful Retreat on cooldown also lines it up with Essence Break, so make sure you Vengeful Retreat before Essence Break windows. So quick recap. Only blade dances and chaos strikes during essence break windows, with the meta being the exception there if it's ready. Example, your opener. Vengeful retreat should be used on CD and with essence break just before pressing essence break for the initiative buff. Blade dance doesn't need to be the first global after your essence break, normal essence break windows, but you want the last slash to be inside the debuff. And you can hold Essence Break and Vengeful Retreat for a little bit, like to line it up with I-beam when out of demon form. You should practice how it plays out on some dummies, for example the ones in Valdraken or the BFA zone. Learning to do this without much thought makes your Havoc play much more smoothly. Alright, number 2, not spending enough Fury. So at the moment, Raid Havoc is all about the Essence Break and extending meta and resetting I-beam because of Shattered Destiny and Cycle of Hatred talents. You play these talents in all fights you want to do like relevant damage through like relevant targets. This means that your Chaos Strike and Blade Dance do 3 things instead of just damage. They do damage, but they extend the meta and reset I-beam CD as well. So pressing them as much as possible is really important for your damage. Every global that you don't use on these buttons but you use on other abilities need to be impactful enough to warrant not extending and resetting. That's why it's really important to generate passively with Demon Blades and Demonic Appetite Souls, Chaos Strike refunds and Tactical Retreat, so you can spend the most time pressing buttons that reset the like I-beam and extend meta. This is why Fell Rushing for Fury is really good as well, as the GCD on Fell Rush is much lower than the normal GCD. Alright, last but not least, a third one is uptime. Due to the nature of constantly resetting and extending, in the process of doing damage as well, Havoc suffers tremendously from losing uptime, and this is true for the whole fight duration. Other specs that might have like higher bursts might not suffer as much like doing mechanics outside of burst windows, but Havoc does. The SG build kinda helps out with this in my opinion, because Throw Glaive becomes a useful button in that build that can be used from afar, and with a little bit of thought put into it, you can end up wasting a lot less GCDs while doing mechanics. So as most mechanics that require you to get off the boss will hurt your DPS, so having like a plan to deal with them can improve your damage quite a bit. For example, on Magma Rocks, if you need to take the lava pool off the boss, you can refill your Fury with like Sigil and Imoara and refresh the Throw Glaive debuff while running and doing the mechanic. It won't be the most optimal damage, but it's better than doing nothing, considering just staying on the boss with the mechanic. DPSing is not an option at that point. Practicing these things and putting some thought into your gameplay can improve your damage output and performance in raid by a lot. These things are what separates like okay Havocs from the good ones and the great ones. And remember, being like a good raider is more than just doing damage as well. Alright, this was a short little video on some tips that you can maybe work on if you care enough. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.